Welcome to Israel Chronicles, where we dive into the rich history of the land of Israel. In this episode, we journey through the centuries from the fall of the Crusader Kingdom in 1291 to the first modern Jewish immigration in 1882. Our story begins in 1291 AD, a year marked by the fall of the Crusader Kingdom. The last stronghold of the Crusaders, Acre, fell to the hands of the Mamluk, ending nearly 2 centuries of Crusader rule in the region. The Mamluk were a unique and influential military class in the Islamic world, particularly known for their role in Egypt and the Levant. The term Mamluk means slave in Arabic, deriving from the root malaka, which means to possess. Mamluks were originally enslaved soldiers, primarily from Turkish descent, Caucasus Mountains, and Eastern Europe origin. They were purchased as property, but held the stature of an ordinary slave. Under the Ayyubic Sultanate, Mamluk generals used their power to establish a dynasty that ruled Egypt and Syria from 1250 to 1517 AD, with Cairo as their capital. The Mamluk famously defeated the Mongols at the Battle of Ain Jalut and expelled the last Crusades from the Levant in 1291. Eventually, the Mamluk Sultanate declined and was absorbed into the Ottoman Empire in 1517. In 1258 AD, the Mongols swept through the Middle East, bringing destruction and chaos, destroying the crown jewel of the Muslim Empire, the city of Baghdad, which was the center of knowledge and culture. In 1260 AD, they have reached the land of Israel and were defeated at the Battle of Ain Jalut. Though their invasion was brief, it left lasting impact on the region's political landscape. The Mongols were known for their brutal tactics, often razing cities to the ground and leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. The Mamluks, now in control, faced numerous challenges. The land of Israel experienced severe decline in population during this period. Wars, famine, and disease raged through the land, leaving many areas sparsely populated and struggling to survive. The famine was particularly devastating, with people forced to leave their homes in search of new life and food. Local wars further worsened the situation, creating a cycle of violence and suffering that seems never-ending. The Mamluks also razed most of the Crusader cities and fortresses, leaving the country in ruins and desolation. This act had a direct impact of the future modern state of Israel, since the land that was purchased later by modern Jewish pioneers in the 19th century was exactly these lands which were in terrible conditions since the time of the Mamluks. Throughout these turbulent centuries, the Jewish population in the land of Israel faced numerous challenges. During the early 13th century, the Jewish population was relatively small, with estimated suggested around 250,000 people in total in the land of Israel, including non-Jews and Jews. The situation of the Mongols' invasion and starvation affected tremendously. The Mamluks period saw a decline in population due to wars, famine, and disease. The systematic destruction of the Crusader building by the Mamluks led to the complete abandonment of coastal areas, which became swamps and desolated areas. The population remained sparse and struggled to recover. With the Ottoman conquest in the early 16th century, efforts were made to stabilize the region. Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent rebuilt the Jerusalem walls between 1536 and 1541, helped protect the city. However, the population growth was slow due to ongoing conflicts and economical challenges. Despite the hardship, Jews maintained a continuous presence in the 4 holy cities: Jerusalem, Hebron, Safed, and Tiberias. Jerusalem remained the spiritual and religious center for Jews. Despite periods of persecution and expulsion, Jewish communities persist, focusing on religious study and maintaining the city holy sites. Hebron was revered for its significance as the burial places of the patriarchs and matriarchs. The Jewish community in Hebron faced numerous challenges, including massacre and expulsions, but continued to hold their essential heritage. The city of Safed in the Upper Galilee became the center of Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah, especially after the influx of Sephardic Jews following the expulsion from Spain in 1492. The city flourished as a hub of Jewish learning and spirituality. Tiberias, on the shores of the Sea of Galilee, was significant for its historical and religious importance, including being the site where Jerusalem Talmud was composed. The city also served as a refuge for Jews during time of persecutions. On May 29, 1453, the Ottoman Empire, led by Sultan Muhammad II, conquered Constantinople. This event marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the Middle Ages. The fall of Constantinople had profound effects on global trade, promoting the kings of Spain and Portugal to seek new routes to the east, ultimately leading to the discovery of America. In 1492, the Alhambra decree forced the Jews of Spain to either convert to Catholicism or face expulsions. Many chose exile, leading to significant migration of Jews to the Ottoman Empire, including the land of Israel. Among the notable figure was Donna Grazia Nassi, a wealthy and influential Jewish woman whose family brought black pepper into Europe. Assessing great wealth, the Ottoman Sultan recognized her influence and contributions, granted her the city of Tiberias as a sovereign Jewish independent city. Her story is one of resilience and leadership during a time of great unrest. The expulsion of the Jews from Spain also led to the rise of Jewish piracy. Jewish pirates such as Samuel Palach. Palach, a Moroccan Jewish merchant and a diplomat, turned to piracy to fight against Spanish ships and support Jewish refugees. His daring exploit and diplomatic skills made him a legendary figure in the annals of Jewish history. Another notable figure is Sinan the Great Jew, a Sephardic Jewish pirate who sailed under the command of the famous Ottoman admiral Khir ad-Din Barbarossa. Sinan was renowned for his navigation skills and strategic acumen, contributing to several Ottoman victories against the Spanish Holy Roman Empire. His nickname, the Great Jew, reflects his prominence and respect he received among his peers. The real-life stories of Khir ad-Din Barbarossa and Sinan shares the adventurous spirit and rebellious nature often depicted in pirate lore. Let's talk about an amazing connection. The Star of David, or hexagram, appears on the Ottoman fleet flag. While the Star of David is widely recognized as a symbol of Jewish identity, its use in the Ottoman fleet flag is linked to historical and mystical context. The hexagram, known as the Seal of Solomon, was used for decorative and mystical purposes by both Muslims and Kabbalistic Jews. Although there isn't any direct document connecting between Sinan the Great and the Star of David on the Ottoman fleet flag, the use of the hexagram in Ottoman symbolism and Sinan's prominence within the Ottoman naval forces suggest a fascinating intersection of culture and historical narrative. In early 1517, the Ottoman Turks conquered the region, ushering a new era. Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent recognized the strategic importance of Jerusalem, ordered to rebuild the city walls between 1536 and 1541. These walls, which still stand until today. Fast forward to 1799, when Napoleon Bonaparte launched a military campaign in the Middle East, aiming to conquer the city of Acre. His siege was met with fierce resistance from the city ruler Jazar Pasha, who successfully defended Acre against the French forces. Jazar Pasha, known as the Butcher, was infamous for his cruelty. He was rumored to cut the nose and ears and limbs of those who displeased him. His ruthless tactics ensured that Napoleon's forces were repelled, earning him a fearsome reputation. The Ottoman region was not free from internal strife. In the early 19th century, after Jazar's death, his oppressed citizens were happy to see his successor being dethroned by another warlord, this time from Egypt, Ali Pasha. These changes of powers continued to destroy the land and leave it to the mercy of local tribes, warlords, and raiders. For the first time since the time of the judges, the land had become complete overthrown to the mercy of local chiefs. The Central Sultanate in Istanbul, Turkey, cared little for what is going on in the land of Israel, as long as the local chiefs are paying their taxes. Our journey concludes in 1882 AD, with the first wave of modern Jewish immigration known as the First Aliyah, driven by desire to return to their ancestral homeland. Jewish pioneers began to settle in the land of Israel, laying the foundation for the future state of Israel. These early new immigrants faced numerous challenges, including harsh living conditions and resistance from local population. Yet their determination and resilience paved the way for the establishment of a thriving community. From the fall of the Crusader Kingdom to the first modern Jewish immigration, the land of Israel has witnessed countless events that have shaped its history. Join us next time on Israel Chronicles as we continue to explore the stories that define this remarkable land. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions, please leave them on the marks below.